Hello, everyone. Start off the show. I want to highlight this comment from Mo Texan right now. He said, hey, everyone, listening on the drive to the hospital. The baby's going to be here tomorrow morning, so they want my wife to stay the night in the hospital. Hey, man, positive vibes. Enjoy this. I hope everything goes smoothly for baby, for mom, and you're there to support them and try to be as comfortable as possible. Been there a few times, so I know how those hospital little window beds go. So Mo Texan, be safe. Everyone do well. Congrats, man. Congrats.
Remember your mindset doing those drives? What was your thought? What was your feeling?
I don't. I really don't.
But I just think taken aback by driving out to bring a new member to your family. I think for a second kid, I was worried that I was gonna mess up our first kid, but we did that already, so it was good.
I don't. There's so much that I don't know if I just blacked out or what, but I don't remember it, and that's okay. That's
you do tend to get into a zone at times.
Yeah, for sure.
I've noticed this about you.
Yeah, it's weird, and I do black out those moments. You just go, but. We are here Wednesday night, so needed. I'm sure we're going to ramble about a few reasons why this is needed for us. But my name's Dan. This is the Mayor. We are live every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern for Beard Advice Live. Mayor, 2 questions, and I'm going to pose one to the chat as well. Question 1 for the Mayor in the chat. How you doing? Give us an answer in the chat. Mayor, how you doing?
I am doing really good. Very, very, very good. This is my best conference week mode ever, and I've been working and doing more than I ever have either. It almost just kind of doesn't faze me as much.
Yeah.
And I think it's honestly there are some comparisons between being on camera and being in a conference, and keeping that energy right.
Yeah.
So maybe I got a little better at that.
Good. Yeah. For me, I will be honest. I've always been pretty natural with conferences, and they've never gotten to me. I've never had bad time. I've always been a coach and this and that. But and I don't know if it's because I got 3 little kids at home and I didn't get to put Violet to bed last night and all this stuff. Man, it is just and it's nothing to do with the conference itself. I always feel bad if parents are watching or they hear, I'm like, man, it's a long week. It isn't about that. There's nothing about that. It's just a grind. It's such long days after teaching full days and having the kids and stuff. And so it's just, for me, it's just exhausting, and I was super tired earlier. I wanted a nap, which never goes well for me, but then I was like, all right, I got this, and then pretty much the second the Mayor gets here, we sit down, it's like, boom, let's go. So I'm
Did you actually take a nap?
No.
Oh.
Nope. I don't do well with naps, and I didn't have a chance. My kids were there the whole time. So
what? Yeah.
And then we had Maddox's celebration of learning at school. And we had Jax's conference earlier.
You went to that today?
I did not. I watched Violet, and the kids went. So
I watched Owen. So
okay.
He went.
Yep.
He's almost 13.
So good. Tired, exhausted, ready for this week to pass. I don't want time to pass too quick. I know everyone says that, but ready for this week to be over. But speaking of Beard Advice Live, I'm going to talk about what the show is, then the Mayor's going to hit you with traditions. Essentially, on this show, we want to help out beards. We want to help out bearded journeys, bearded confidence. And people send in pictures of their beards, couple different angles, and we give them advice. They tell us about their problems, their goals, and really just kind of reaching out for what people think. Myself, the Mayor, the chat, we say, hey, maybe think about styling this way a little bit different. Maybe trim right here, or maybe, I don't even like giving this advice, but sometimes it's true, just keep growing. You're doing a great job. We don't see anything. You're your own worst critic. Kind of be a little bit easy on yourself. If that sounds good to you guys, if you've been helped with this stream, if you've enjoyed helping on the stream, if you could give us a thumbs up right now, that would mean a lot. And if you want to share this out for other people to either discover it or remember, right? I know we're not the only ones with exhausting jobs, exhausting lives, kids, and all that. Sometimes people forget. So maybe your Instagram story will bring somebody here. So that's what Beard Advice Live is. We'll talk about how you can get entered in next week in just a bit here. Mayor, what are the traditions that we have?
So we've been meeting on Wednesday nights for hundreds of Wednesdays, literally. And we have a couple traditions. We treat ourselves. I've been real good, really trying on. I haven't had a real pop, so we always treat ourselves. So this is our treat, Mountain Dew. I actually did something else different. I'm just changing things. I don't know if I was fired up coming in tonight or what. But I got 5 different choices.
Yeah.
We could actually go to a backup if we had to.
And we might. So Mayor, you want to show your camera there what you got?
Oh, my bad. Yep, I missed the cue.
We got the OG, the original do for the Mare, and I went with the code red. Now we do have backups of Voltage and the original, courtesy of the Mare here. So I am excited. Now what else, Mare, other than the do?
In addition to our Mountain Dew adventures, we also like to feature certain meat sticks, meat varieties, jerkies, whatever you got, we try. Tonight we're going to be, we're going with something we really enjoy. We're going with the Duke's Hot and Spicy. Sometimes it gives me hiccups, depends on the batch, so if it does, it does. We're just gonna be real about it.
I think this has moved into my most craved, my most satisfied. If I have a night where I just want a good snack, I think this has taken my number one spot. That's a regular basis. The greatest of all time is probably Held's or Dearborn, but those are kind of rare occurrences. The tried and true that we can get at any time is probably this. I love the bacon jerky from Beef Octane. There's several out there that are just fantastic, but yeah, this one. And so Vado emailed me about this mushroom jerky.
Put a little tab. I have a story.
Okay.
But go ahead.
And I have had it, and I said the flavor was okay, but I did not like the texture. And I could not remember, have we had it together or no? No, okay. So I had it, I believe, with my sister when I was in Washington, D.C., and I was not a fan of it. But Mary, you got a story?
I can't believe you tried it. Yeah, I was at the, my kid was I was in the grocery store, and I standing there, and like there's this guy next to me, and I see the mushroom jerky. Shockingly, was marked down, I believe. And I said, ugh, mushroom jerky? And the guy's like, ugh. Like, I have no idea who he is, but he just instantly related. He was a jerky guy. He was in the aisle, so I just went for it, and we connected on that. Like, just some things, let's not. Like, I would definitely wear this mushroom hat from the Joe Rogan about all that stuff. Yeah, that was like, I've listened to that episode like 2 or 3 times.
Me too. So don't get me started.
Give me the hat, but do not give me the jerky.
Yeah, so I did try it. And the consistency is just really light and airy, and I'm big on consistency. I think that's one of the reasons why I like these sticks. I'm also big on, like, I like to eat jerky and be, like, clean with it, I guess, right? There's some of my favorites, like the thin jerkies, but then when it's got all the spices and stuff, it just gets in your beard, or if I'm eating it in bed, which me and Sam do, I try not to snack too much on, like, candy and stuff like that at night, so we'll eat jerky, and I'm okay with that. I know it's not the best thing in the world. I know there's sodium. I know there's all this stuff, but I think it's better than a lot of other options, especially if you're drinking water, and I don't like to make a mess with all that stuff, and yeah, I know, man, Tyler, the Held shipping is unreal. I'm hoping Joel reached out to them. Maybe we can get some info. Joel, if you're in there, let us know if you talk to them, because I think their sales would skyrocket, and it wouldn't cost them anything. I think they just have a bad shipping method, because you've really got to figure out what's the best way to ship things. So, yeah. And we'll get into those. But again, guys, if you could hit thumbs up. And tonight we have a perfectly light show. What do I mean by that? We have plenty of entries, but it's not something that we have to go with a real, like, rigorous pace to get through. It's also not going to be a night where we're going to stay up super late. I think our goal is probably about 10:30 to try and get out of here by, and I think we will. But that does leave the window open for some questions, especially live questions for the mayor, if you got some questions for him about beard stuff, because the mayor does have a show on Sunday called Beyond Bearded, but we like to keep that away from beard stuff. I mean, it'll once in a while, the beard stuff will flirt in there.
You saw that, didn't you?
Yeah. But the show is supposed to be about everything other than beards. Cologne, head hair, shoes, style, all that stuff. So if you want some beard questions for the mayor, tonight is the night when to do that. And then you can ask me as well. And Noah says, Dan, about your butter video today, what's the longest you can go without rinsing butter before it becomes damaging? Will it be damaging? So, Noah, if you're talking about butter that has like wax and buildup and stuff, I recommend not going more than 24 hours without thoroughly rinsing that out, or even better yet, washing it out, because you're not letting your beard go through that natural like detox process and breathing process. Where's the science, where's the damage? I don't know. I can't give you an exact day, but I would not recommend more than a day there, trying to kind of figure out where that cycle is for you. So good question there. G. Lou in the building, got a new, looks like new avatar there. Hello. All right, and okay, Joel's going tomorrow, and I'll ask. Yeah, thank you. And Joel, just let him know, if you could, just let him know, like, hey, and I have this guy who ships out, with the Beauty and the Beard MI, Sam's shipped out almost 2,000 things, and we have pretty good shipping rates, and it's all automatic. Sam doesn't make a penny off shipping. Let them know that they can ship those same things in flat rate boxes for a lot less. And that's gonna hopefully encourage them. And I don't know, maybe the shipping's high because they don't want to ship, right? Maybe some companies do that. But my goodness gracious, would I love to get some Helds. I would order on a regular before we had Mingy local to us, I was ordering it on a regular basis. And I would do that twofold with Helds. Helds is even better. And so I would, I would like that.
My guess is that they really just worry about the product going bad. So they kind of over committed to a contract with a more expensive shipper because they thought it would be faster.
No, it's USPS.
Oh.
It's not more expensive. Yeah, it's they're just doing it wrong. Yeah, and if you do priority, it's 2 days and it costs less.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, no, this is
sometimes I don't listen.
Yeah, this is something that they can solve if they want to. But what they're doing is they're putting it in a normal box. It's measured by weight and then the distance, and it costs a lot. But the U.S. Post Office offers flat rate box. No matter the weight, if you fit it in a certain size box, it costs the same price. So they can get that down. Mm-hmm.
So we have I don't know. I feel like I can move the jerky. Put that on. We'll enjoy the rest of the jerky. We have a kind of a fun thing coming up next week. I just said I would do it. I was kind of surprised you were in and you were gonna do it, and then I said I need to be involved as well coming up at school.
Yeah,
that'll be the time. That's like our swan song. Your swan song.
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
So we'll tell them what I'm talking about.
So we have every year a staff versus students basketball game, and so the teachers get together and they play the 8th graders in like a real basketball game. And some of you out there watching may be, I would dare I say, and this is not in an insulting way, probably like detached from what that would look like. Because I've brought this up and people will be like, oh man, those 8th graders don't know what they got coming and stuff. You guys have not seen an 8th grade athlete in 2022?
Yeah.
It looks nothing like an 8th grade athlete in 2000. It is fully grown, athletic. We have kids dunking the basketball. Yeah. We have kids that do not miss 3-pointers. We have kids that could enter the NBA.
And a lot that don't. Most don't.
Yeah.
My son, not as thick.
Right.
Not a dunker. Not a dunker. Love him.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But for example, we had a kid who was in our building last year. He transferred to a prep school, and he is the best player in the state of Michigan as a freshman, and he was doing windmill dunks in 8th grade. So get your mindset right there, because I do think people think of them as like little tiny kids. No, the ones on this basketball team, and we're at like one of the largest districts in the state of Michigan. So these kids can play. These kids can ball. Every year it's either they beat us, we tie, or we win by a close one, and it's a good game. So we're going to be playing in the Staff for Students basketball game. I am by no means the greatest basketball player out there.
I was second team all mayors, like just out of mayors playing. I got second team in the state.
But that's impressive. I did play basketball in high school, and I do play a little bit. Nowhere near any shape that I should be to be playing. But I got some skills that go out there. I'll get usually 3 oohs and ahs, a little behind the back pass, a little deep 3, something like that. I do have a lot of fun with it. It's also bittersweet. The kids in the stands don't always behave the best,
But it's gonna be like our first school event. I just feel it's gonna be like a return to. It's gonna be the real deal.
I haven't been to anything.
Yeah,
in the last couple of years.
I went to volleyball. I did the volleyball one, but no, there hasn't been a thing.
Yeah,
there hasn't been. So I'm excited.
Yeah,
no, I'm not telling my kid either. I'm not telling because he just stresses about stuff. Like I'm gonna embarrass him because my son goes to our school.
There you go.
Don't tell him. I mean, he'll find out.
I'm Vado. I'm sure I do have some. A couple years ago, I had a real nice play, kind of broke a kid off a little bit, threw a behind the back pass. They got everybody going. But, and that's not, sorry, kid, like I said, I'm not the best player. Truly not. There's no false humility there. But I can play. I can go in any pickup game and hold my own pretty well.
Dan's there. You got to look for the trailer dish. You know, you got to follow him to the hole.
That's my main thing.
Get those hands up, ready to grab and go.
I call myself the point center. I'm Rasheed Wallace when it's like, get down on the post. I'm like, I'm too fancy. I like doing those, and I can shoot, so I'll be shooting from deep. And I will say, I said this at lunch today, Kalahari this weekend, those basketball hoops, no joke, I was balling. Like, straight up, I was the embarrassing dad when the kids are in there, like, half drowned.
So you've been warming up.
Oh, yeah, I've been playing.
Dude,
yeah.
what?
And I've been...
He's playing the game before you even know there is a game.
And I've been, like, for me, the same as with golf and basketball, anything I do, if I take time off and I don't think about it and I come back to it, I get that, like, those early stages before I'm doing too much, and it's just hot. And I was hot. Yeah, I went to the gym the other day, too, and... I took my kids up to school and was getting some shots up. So
my goal is laid off the bench, do a little relief work, hit one moment. I don't even need to hit a shot. One moment. I need a pass, one moment, something. We'll get like
a tackle. Yeah,
and then I'll go back to the bench and cheer.
3 oohs and ahs is my goal, and it comes in different ways. We've had some good games, so I am excited about that. That's gonna be a lot of fun. The kids love it. You got to make it out with 2 things avoided. No injuries, which is, that's highly possible. Highly possible. And then also, by the way, we have a school liaison officer. He blew his ACL out in the staff versus students volleyball game.
Warm-ups.
Warm-ups.
No time, yeah.
I felt bad. And then the second thing is you got to go without any, like, uber embarrassing moments that the kids have on tape. That's a real risk too. A kid crosses you over and you get a fall, and then you're on the receiving end of the oohs and ahs. You don't go too hard on defense.
Still content.
It is content. That could be good. So I'll see if I can get you guys some video there. But I played basketball. My dad was a really good basketball player, still is. But
maybe we can get our counselor to put on like a body cam and just kind of like be there. Real footage.
Do not tempt him. He would too.
Do you see his? Have you seen him lately?
No.
Red beard coming in strong.
He goes through those phases.
But he's come far. I gave him something. I gave him a
question for you guys, and then we're gonna get into a discussion on it. What is the beard situation like at your personal workspace? What is the beard situation like? And please answer in the chat right now. What is the beard situation like? Oh, yeah, hey, if somebody wants to do 3-on-3 Disney, I'm not even kidding, let's go. I've been challenging emo for years. Dunk contest. I don't know if I can still dunk, but I could.
You could dunk?
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, I broke my ankle in high school in a dunk, so that was why I stopped playing. So, yeah, absolutely.
I used to score a lot of goals in soccer off my throat. I would go for the chest and misjudge, like, multiple times.
Really?
Like off corner kicks all the time.
Dang. Like changes the trajectory of it.
Go in.
Yeah.
So what?
And I got a story that I'm going to say about the beards, but a couple of things I'm not good at. I was never good at soccer at all. I was not built for it. And then a sport that I thought I should be good at, but it just doesn't make sense with my body, is I can't get it to work, is tennis. Tennis is hard. Like, I'm a beast at table tennis. I'll throw down with anybody. Real tennis, my arm doesn't work right. And Sam was a high school varsity #1 tennis player. So
I did not know that.
Yeah, she played for your wife's alma mater workplace, and she was the singles #1 and did really well.
I am shocked right now.
Yeah,
that I didn't know that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I need to be a better listener.
So I have my answer in head. Mayor, how would you describe our beard situation at our work? We work together as teachers, if anybody's new here.
I would say that 90% of our male staff has facial hair, maybe only 5% of the female. No, I'm just kidding. We have maybe full beard, all the way, nearly to you would have the longest.
Yep.
But there's some no jokes. Like, people plenty longer than me, all over the place. But the big thing is 9 out of 10 guys have facial hair.
Yeah.
If not more, a higher ratio.
And there's some more. John had one now that's coming in. here's my main takeaway from our beards at work. There are excuse me.
We got you.
Went down wrong. There are a lot of seasonal or coming and going beards. I've come to learn there's a large percentage of males that grow beards and have absolutely no problem shaving it off on a whim, riding a goatee for a while, shaving for a while, short beard, and just completely switching it up. We have a lot. Our buddy Todd is like that. The counselor you mentioned is like that. We have a math interventionalist, the guy who did like B-dubs with us and stuff. He grew a really nice beard, and then now it's down to a goatee just below the chin, no mustache and stuff. And there's a lot of guys that just kind of flip-flop with their beard, with their facial hair.
I think that's just that is proof in why this show works. I think that there's just not a ton of confidence, knowledge, decisiveness, acceptance, like all those things.
Yeah.
I think
absolutely.
Guys just tend to doubt that.
Yeah. Bobby, if you didn't catch my police changing policies video, I covered that. It's actually a nationwide thing. Almost every single police station in America in the last 6 months have changed their facial hair policy. I know there's a lot of like unions and different things involved, but they've gotten together, and most police stations, most police stations and districts in the country now allow up to a ½ inch of a beard. So that has changed ever. They're also changing their policy on tattoos, and they're essentially trying to get people with recruitment and retention. So that's pretty much across the board. Canadian military now allows beards. Canadian pilots now allow beards.
The geese. I heard the geese are growing beards.
Yeah. Somebody did send me a picture of a turkey today and they said they've got the Dancy bearded turkey, had a really long beard. So that was cool. Oh yeah. All right. Most guys in my factory. Nice. Yeah. Factory jobs. There's a lot of guys with the beards there. So awesome. UPS changed their policy just a year ago. Good. I'm glad to see that. And I don't want to be like bitter with it. I think some be like, oh, about dang time and stuff. It's like, I'm happy. Let's embrace it. Let's welcome it. Let's cheer them on for being able to do that. So that's good. All right. How about we get this show started here? And while we get this show started, I'm going to put up at the bottom information on how you can get involved next week. If you're watching today and you are like, hey, I want to get help. I want to help out other people. I want to add to the show. Mayor, how do they get involved on the show for next week?
It's easy as can be. Send a quick little email, highlight points, questions, and then a front. Typically, we use one front, one side. You can send in a few more if you need to, but we don't need, 20. We don't need 20. We need one or two to three is always best.
Yep.
Concise questions to beardadvicelive@gmail.com, and usually you're on within a week.
Yeah. And we love updates. We love if we give you some advice and you come back and you use it or you don't use it and you want to show what you came up with. That is always welcomed and something that we love to see and the chat loves to see. And the last thing I'll say is we encourage you guys to get involved with the advice. If you see something, if you want to add something in, if you just want to give a compliment, please do. It really does make a difference when it's coming from all sorts of perspectives. The only thing that we ask, of course, is that it comes from a place of support and help. We want to help people. We don't want to discourage. We don't want to be harsh. And we also don't want to belittle, right? Sometimes I think one of the groups that's the most worried to send in is people that have big, beautiful, massive beards, and they feel like, I don't want to feel like I'm coming off like I have a bad beard. You can have a very specific, very small problem that you want advice on, and overall you love everything about your beard, but let's say there's one little spot that you want to get advice on how to style it, or should you trim? Send in, please. We want to encourage everybody. It's not just people that are really struggling or going through an awkward phase. If you have a goal that you want to get help reaching, if you have a problem you want addressed, send in, and we'll be glad to help you guys out. All right. Hey, we got a new member here.
Hey-o.
Hammer, welcome to the team. Welcome to the team. Newer-ish subscriber, but has dove headfirst into this community and has been fantastic and a veteran of this show, actually. So he's been on the show here. So welcome to the team. That's awesome. Okay. Dan, at what age did you see your beard growth thickness ramp up? Michael, I will be honest as always here. I don't know. through my 20s, early 20s, I rocked a shorter beard. Stubble would go a little bit longer. Stubble, kind of like the guys at our work. I'd grow it out, shave it, not shave, but buzz it down. Grow it out, buzz it down, just clippers. And I never noticed any like weak spots, I guess you could say. And then as I started growing out over the last 4 or 5 years, it's just been pretty strong. So nothing stands out to me. It's not like, hey, I had a bad beard at 18 and now that I'm 33, it's been flourishing. And I know a lot of people have that story. I just don't.
Is that something weird about me? Or is it just basically because I was working with you? But basically, I went 40 years, no, never.
Wow.
And then I just went one day and never stopped growing a beard. Like, so I'd never had that. I've messed up, but I guess I think what it is I was never going to lose it all. I was going to get back to something, you know what I mean? Because I had a vested interest in that.
Yeah.
So that kind of helps me to adjust and learn how to fix when I mess up sometimes.
For sure. And Michael, man, you're your own worst critic. And I'll say this, you always have been. You always are wondering if you should trim here, transparency there. Dude, you got a great beard. Just walk away. Think about how people talk about your beard. Do you get beard compliments? Do people say nice things about your beard? I know they do. So listen to them. They really mean it. So that is something that definitely can help. And yeah, exactly. Your beard's super rad. You've been on the show several times. You post in the Facebook group. You got a great beard, man. Just rock it.
We're glad to have you be a part of this.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, you ready, Mayor?
Yep.
Let's get this guy going here. Boom.
This is Jeremy S. Got my haircut Thursday last week and got a small beard trim. I was overdue for a haircut. He evened up the bottom and cleaned up the sides. I'm stoked. I like how my beard has turned out. Thanks for all the help and support.
All right, so let's take a look here. And if you guys remember, this was Jeremy who had phoned into the show last week about his French fork. Wanted to know if there was any advice, any tips or tricks, and this is the adjustments that he made. Boom! And of course, we gave all the compliments about the mustache and the texture and the beard, and pretty much we said, hey man, your French fork starts really early. Embrace it, rock it. And it looks like, of course, he got the haircut cleaned up over here, looking really nice. And then the beard, it seems like there was a small little kind of cleanup. Very, very well done. I think it looks fantastic. Clearly, he's smiling, happy there. Better than ever. I love this range, Jeremy. And the final thing I would say is this should probably be kind of like your target goal, where grow it out for however long you feel comfortable with, and then show this picture to the barber and say, bring me back to this length. Grow it out, bring me back to this length, because it looks great.
I wish there was a phrase for like when you actually lose hair but improve the look. We should come up with something like that. Perhaps addition by subtraction. Perfect example. Great look. You can tell in your smile. It just balances better. It looks a little bit more put together. Win, win, win. If it was a jackpot, it'd be like, do you ever play slots? Like cherry,
No.
Cherry.
No.
That's the only thing I did when I went to Vegas. I played one slot, got $43.
Okay.
And then walked away. I had no idea what I was doing.
Me and my dad, if you guys, all right, question for the chat. If you guys gamble, which I do not, I only gamble with other people's money.
You did get me involved with this.
That was a gamble. But that one was I had the edge on the house.
You did have a lot of info.
Yeah.
Did your due diligence.
I had the edge on the house for once. But what is your game if you gamble? Let's say you go to Vegas or something. Me and my dad play Pai Gow. You ever heard of that?
Yeah.
So we play Pai Gow, and the reason why, it's very slow. You play slow.
Oh, there you go.
Free whatever's coming your way, maybe some beverages, Mountain Dews, and
you're in the game. But you're not going to go one way or the other.
Yes, you don't go too high. You don't go too low. You get the entertaining dealer. You meet some people around you. Shocker, my dad's a big social guy and likes to talk to people. And if he walks in a room, you're going to know he's there. And that was our game. Pai Gow, just nice and slow. And we play blackjack, but blackjack, I can go on a run of losing real quick.
Oh, I love blackjack.
Yeah?
Why is it such a rush?
It's when that card gets revealed.
Because it's just a few steps, right? Each time. That's why.
And everybody gets it. Like, there's not a whole lot. Blackjack's pretty clear cut. If it does this, you do this. Like, there's not a whole lot of should I? If you're doing it right, you're playing the odds.
You can read the Hoyle rules. It's just luck.
For sure. And so, I don't but I don't like gambling. And this is what keeps me from gambling. If I lose money, all I do is think about what I could have bought with that money. I literally do. I'm like, that would have been a new camera. That would have been a new lens. That would have been, and it's usually something like this. So it sinks in my stomach. It like rots my stomach to think about if I lose.
And I will do this similarly. I know my hourly rate to teach summer school. All those years I did that.
Oh yeah.
And I think about how many days I just showed up for summer school while everybody else was partying.
Yeah, I try not to get into that mindset too when like Sam purchases things, because I used to do that. I used to be like, you bought that? That was 6 days of work for me for this. So, but that gets me in mental trouble and physical
you
trouble,
learn that there. That's one you learn it the hard way, like one way or the other, and you kind of take a note. And if you learn it the second time, maybe you're better. But
as it comes through. So, all right, interesting. And yeah, a lot of you are probably like, Dan, I think the same way, but I think about how many beard combos I could have bought with that. So that is good. And I will say, I know people get going on this stuff, but in the terms of like healthy men's hobbies, collections, beard products is one of the healthiest and one of the least expensive. Even if you go crazy, let's say you buy a combo every week or you make an order every week, that's nothing compared to cigars, bourbon, golf, motorcycles, cars, gambling, any of that. And a lot of those are just like, you go golfing, you spend $50 every Sunday, no problem. You don't keep anything, and then you got to pay for the food and stuff. So I digress there, but that's always stuck with me. It's something that's a good perspective to have. Now, you don't want to get crazy, you don't want to get going too wild, but just in the terms of like hobbies that I see my friends and other guys have, I'm like, oh, okay, beard products, that's nothing. That's like people that work on cars and motorcycles, absurd. Like the amount of money a part for a truck and stuff, it is absolutely wild. Wild.
That's
and
why I just don't do stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
No, I don't.
We could both be easily in a hobby. No, but I don't.
Yeah.
No, I don't either.
I don't.
I actually get to earn from what I love doing.
Yeah. Nope, same.
So weird.
And I get the question all the time, like, dude, do you sleep? I do. Yeah, I do. And it's like I just prioritize my time. I don't go out with friends. I used to go out and play pub trivia. And it's not that I like dislike that and stuff anymore. I just don't have any wants for that. I just love this. I love my family, and I get to hang out with the mayor while doing this. That's the coolest part.
You and I are both one of the things we share in similarity that's very important to what we do is the love of pulling in, doing as many things as once with our time and energy, and making the most
efficient.
Right.
Yep.
Just getting the most. If we can pull another opportunity, another thing.
Yep.
At the same time, why not?
Absolutely.
It's a bundle.
Yeah. Right. And funny enough, we both scheduled our tax meeting on conference days. Mine's tomorrow. So we maximize our time there. And thanks for everybody commenting and getting involved on the chat as well. So thank you guys. All right. Thank you, Jeremy. All right. Let's see who we got next.
This is Chris D. Been growing it for about 6 months or so, and despite doing a few bad things and on bad advice, I'm still pretty happy with the way things are going. Especially liking the change in the perception of my face. I have been using beard shampoo, conditioner, oil, balm, heated brush, all that jazz. Everything seems to be thinner as it gets longer. Any advice on getting things thicker and suggestions on the shape to go with? I'm sort of liking the spade style, just want it to be a bit longer and thicker.
Okay.
Spade style.
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know, rounded like a spade, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, X-ray, great question. We'll hit that one right after breaking down this advice. And I just found this feature here. When you star it, you can keep that comment. That's how I kept putting up Fable's comments on Monday.
Whoa.
Yeah, game changer. Game changer.
Is that new?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
So if I wanted to bring it back.
Mm-hmm. At any time. So, we're going to go and we're going to lose track of his. All you got to do is click that tab.
So let's say, hypothetically, like Eric says something really, and he makes himself look a little silly.
Yeah, you
save that. You can drop it a few times to make yourself laugh.
Anytime you want all night.
You're not sure what to say, throw his comment back at him.
Yep,
Okay.
yep. All right, Chris D. And Chris D is almost like similar to Christy.
Right.
It's not.
It's Chris.
This is Chris D.
D.
All right, Chris. So he was rocking down here, and then this is where he's going. And I think that is what he's saying, right? It's like the shape of a spade, where it's a little bit more pointed.
Totally see it.
This, And I will say maybe the closest shape to the mayor. Oh, sorry, Chris. The closest shape to the mayor's beard that we've seen. You have, your chin does that exact thing, where it's straighter than the rest of your beard and kind of comes not to a point necessarily, but almost to a point. This is very, very much like the mayor's beard.
Mustache is a little higher, but like I'll give it to you.
Yeah, for sure. So, as he was just asking for any suggestions on what shape to go with, I'm kind of liking the spade style.
Yeah.
Chris, I love what you're rocking right now.
Slightly unique, but it's almost like a really cool sports car of a beard.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
Yep.
Is that a thing?
The only thing that I would offer is tidying up the mustache a bit, and I don't know if this is a mask or just life that comes up. Yeah. Could be. But I would just love to see you get that mustache either going straight down like the mayor's or kind of going out to the side a little bit. But I love the shape. I can't even really picture a different shape, so it's hard to give me any advice there.
When it grows like that, you know, it's, I'm with you. The coloring, it makes it look even, I think, like, I'm a little jealous, Chris. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Consider it like letting the mustache just get a little more organized or I would say a little longer, but that's my personal preference. But you're doing great. Like, great. Like, you know that. Look at that. The glasses, like the hat. Come on.
And that's what I was going to say.
We see it. We see you.
Okay, straight. I'm thinking straight down the mask. Nice. Or on the stash. Absolutely. And that's a beard you see, and you have to acknowledge it. You have to mentally think about it, and you have to make a comment. I would assume, Chris, that you get lots of beard compliments like, man, love the beard. Great beard, dude, because the color pops. The intentionality pops, right? It's purposeful. I think it's a fantastic beard, man. Fantastic beard. And as you said, the different perspective to your face, you are a different human. A different human. And if you guys don't understand the perception of your face and what that lower half can do, we've experienced it firsthand where our school has had masks.
You're not going to say about what I said about the teachers today, are you?
No.
Okay.
But our school has had masks for a couple years now. Our students, we haven't seen without mask yet, and you take it off. I literally have students that I didn't know looked like that. It changed their entire appearance, girls and boys, by just removing the mask. Now think about what that does with the beard. It's that same lower portion of the face, and it changes everything. That's a different jawline. That's a different structure. I'm digging it, Chris. Really, really digging it.
And I think it ends up being like, it's kind of, I would say it's about the same percentage of faces, like masked, demasked, 2 out of 3, not what you thought they would. Like, a little disappointment.
Yeah.
1 and 1 is like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I know Owen was excited to get his mask off because I think he feels like his face looks better. Like, you know, so he was like one of the first kids, you know?
Yeah.
But then, there's other kids that still haven't taken their mask off.
Yeah.
Because of whatever reason.
Right. But no, I agree with Mark here. He says the picture actually looks like 2 different people. I'm not kidding. It looks like 2 different people, dude. Great beard, great transformation. Absolutely love it. What's up, Sarah? Hello. So fantastic job. All right. We got this question from X-Ray Freak, and I would like to pose it to the chat as well. So other than the beard hobbies and addictions that we all have here, does anybody have other hobbies besides beard stuff? I will say our real friendship was born through Pokemon Go, and we've told this story many times. That was absolutely a hobby and an addiction for both of us, especially this one over here. But we don't, either of us really play much. If I go to like a place and my kids, I'll bust it out and open it from time to time. But that's not one. I used to be highly addicted to metal detecting, but I had to sell my gear a few years ago when money was tight and needed to make a literal mortgage payment. So I don't have any of that. I don't have the time for it either. So right now for me, unless there's something I'm thinking of that...
No, I don't have one either.
I don't. I have my family.
I'm happy though.
Yes.
I'm like really, it's still...
This.
That's the same thing as this is like it's a bundle because it hits on that hobby, that drive, you know, that fun, but we also can help our family with it, you know, like...
Yeah.
But, so...
And we're always like... And I'm not trying to tune any horns here. We're always working on this. We're always working on graphics. We're always working on strategy. We talk all day, every day, and it's usually about this. Hey, what did you think about this idea? What about this idea? What can we do with this? And a lot of stuff that you don't even see yet, right? There's things we're working on. There's things we're doing. So this takes up everything. Like there's not, so when I think of a hobby, it's like, okay, I got Thursday night, nothing planned. What are we going to do? It's this or family. That's just it. It's period. Like me and Sam watch a YouTube channel called Kara and Nate. If I have free time, it's pretty much her and I watching that show. Otherwise, I'm filming, I'm editing, I'm making the next week's slides, right? The slides you guys see for the show tonight, it's not magic, those are created. The slides you see on Monday night, those are created. The posts on Instagram, they're created, all that stuff. So that's pretty much it. I really can't think of anything that's outside of my family, of course.
But just like a game, you look back and you look up how much you've improved every day. Look at your old work. It's the same thing. It's like getting better. It's leveling up.
Yep. Would you say YouTube is a hobby? Here's a question. Can you have hobbies that make money? Is that a hobby?
It's a hustle.
Because I do make money, right? I get paid by YouTube from ads. So is YouTube creation
I don't think
hobby?
a hobby makes money by definition.
I would agree. I don't think that a hobby makes money. So for me, no. Unless I'm thinking of it differently. Sean says yes. Okay, all right.
When I started,
a hobby, I like that.
When I started and got involved, it was definitely a hobby for me.
Yeah,
for like a year. It was all about just kind of started out that way for me. But not so much anymore.
Yeah,
and I'm still just as happy as I was when it was just a hobby.
Yeah,
in fact, happier.
I consider a hobby something you intentionally invest both time and money in. Okay, I've done that in spades. And then Mark says, if you make money, it's a job. I hate the word job, though. I do this. I make money. I don't think anybody questions that it's earned. Everybody knows how hard the work is and all that stuff. But I do not, even with retiring from teaching, I will not call this a job.
Okay, but how about this? This is a great one. I can't even read something salmon. Anyways, he said, if you can refuel your hobby with money, and I'm thinking stamps, coins, baseball cards, all those things where people are reselling and rebuying a new one that they want. I think very few and far between are the people that actually profited enough to that's called a business. But I think that's fair. Like you trade up, you sell a coin or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I think I have that with Pokemon cards, but that's with my family, you know?
Right.
We'll never make money on Pokemon cards, but if we can come near going to half of what we spend back, that's cool.
But when you're doing something like at my age of 42, and you are, what didn't even exist when you were in school, then maybe it doesn't need to be specific. It's kind of new. It doesn't. What it is to me doesn't really need to. It doesn't matter. It doesn't need a label because you couldn't say all the things that it does for me and all the things that I enjoy about it.
For sure. And Clover says, to have any level of success on YouTube, you really do have to treat it like a business or a side hustle. Oh, I treat it like an absolute business. I mean, it's literally going to be my career in less than 4 months. So there's no doubt about that. I understand the value. I understand the all that. But it's a good question whether you consider that a hobby. A job is a thing I don't want to do for money. Yep. A hobby is something I actually want to do for money because I enjoy it. Okay. And I do think that that's a good distinction there, because if somebody has a hobby, it's something that they enjoy, they're investing their time in. I would hope everybody would be open to making money off their hobby. If you like doing something, I would hope that you'd be open to that. So, yeah. And I guess it's just where the word is at. Like Ray says, you couldn't pull me away from my job. It's my passion. I very often do it for free. I love it. That's awesome. And so for him, the word job has a positive outlook. And I don't know where it comes from. I don't know where it stems from. But for me, the word job has a negative outlook. So it's interesting. Yeah, interesting. What's up, Shade? How you doing, man?
The older I get, the more I just don't. It is like life changes so much. So I don't necessarily it doesn't have to be one thing or the other. Like this stuff, there's, and I got in it. You can make you can have a social success. You can have a financial success. You can have a creative success. Those are all different. If somebody uses an idea that you use as a creative success, if you get some followers on something, that's a social success. If you get money, it's a financial success. Like that's why this hits me so
emotional success. Yeah, there's a lot. Are a hobby and earning money mutually exclusive? Why can't they be both? Yeah, that's what I'm asking. I don't know. I just guess I just don't know the definition of a hobby. So
I think here's where I draw the line. I've got it.
Okay.
If that money is dependent on your family's welfare, paying the bills.
Okay. Mine will be.
That's a job.
Okay.
A career. It's all those things.
Okay.
But
and it doesn't have to be a bad thing.
Dependent upon the income from it.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
To keep the lights on.
Good discussion, guys. Yeah, really good discussion. So, all right. I like it. Cool. All right, let's hit the next one. And guys, if you do have questions and stuff, hold them for just a few more minutes. We'll take some questions a little bit here. I love where everything's going. So for sure. And this is for sure. Devin says you're a lucky human being if you can make money off something that you're truly passionate about. And I've been very, very fortunate to have that in my life. I mean, teaching has taken a turn for different reasons, but like we have parent-teacher conferences this week, and the feedback's fantastic, man. It's exhausting. It's probably my least favorite week of the year, just to be straight up honest. It really is.
Without a doubt.
But there is. I left yesterday with having many parents say, my daughter hated social studies before your class. Now you're her favorite class she's ever had. Like, that's a boost. That's nice. That's something you can build passion off of. And so I've been fortunate with that as well. So, yeah, okay. Found the definition as activity or interest pursued for pleasure or relaxation and not as a main occupation. So it's not.
That was kind of
by definition. That's what you were originally thinking. So by Leo's definition that he found, a hobby is not something that's a main occupation. Interesting. Okay, all right. Yeah, I like that. Job doing cover songs. I choose a hobby and I do original music. Oh, okay. All right, cool. That's a great job. Mm-hmm. That's really cool. There's a difference between a job and an occupation. Man, we're getting deep. Yeah, and then a career. Mm-hmm. Woo, okay. Interesting. All right. I like it, guys. Let's keep this going here. And we'll get some questions and stuff going in a bit.
This is Dylan H. It's 8 months of growth, about 7 inches, I believe the longest part of my chin. Curls at the bottom and patchy. I wash, oil, and balm. Balm.
It's a funny word.
It's a funny topic. Wash maybe 2 to 3 times a week, oil and balm daily. I'm looking to grow more and haven't really cut much off other than a trim and a haircut. Thanks in advance.
All right. So about 7 inches is the longest. Just looking for general advice here. So Dylan, if you're in the chat, drop a comment. We'd love to highlight you. And if you guys enjoy being here, if you enjoy the show, if you guys could, I've only asked once, if you could hit a thumbs up right now, that's greatly appreciated. Especially if you're on your phone and you forgot, now would be a great time to take 2 seconds to hit that thumbs up. All right, let's go ahead and check out Dylan. And then in the chat, if you guys can help us out here, let us know what we got. Okay, hey, Dylan. Wait, okay. About 7 inches, I believe, is at the longest part on my chin.
Okay.
All right. 7 inches.
No, we're not going to be 7 inches.
No. Okay, no.
But let's just give him advice on what we're talking about. We won't have to.
8 months of growth. So 8 months of growth is about right. That seems right. I was like, we got the wrong one lined up, and it would have been me. It would have been my fault.
Check?
No, this is right. I believe 7 inches. Curls at the bottom.
He says
he's
patchy.
Here. Okay,
yeah.
All right.
Well, we'll just get, Yeah.
All right, Dylan's here.
Maybe not. Yeah. Dan always tells me that I think my beard is way longer than it is, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I'm like, I don't know, it's like a good, foot and a half. So, just saying.
All right, so what do we have for Dylan? For general advice, where do you think he could go? Where do you think he should do? Anything right now?
I think the heat is on. If you haven't considered a heated brush, what that heated brush is going to be, it's going to kind of, you've got some of the, for styling purposes, I really think you would like that look. It can bring it down a little bit more to a wrap around your face. It gives it a thicker look. So, start heat, especially on those sides, because sometimes guys think that that's all you can do is get rid of that hair, but it just needs to be taught what to do. You just need to talk to it. As far as the mustache, I like it. I think that you are. I don't know. It's a really.
He's young.
I want to see what we look like with the heat bringing it down. It's going to give it a thicker look. And the mustache, don't touch it. Let it keep going. It's going to be a slow. You're a younger guy. It's going to be a slow mustache march to victory. But I keep going with what you're going on. Same thing with the under the bottom lip. I was talking to somebody about this today or the other day. It's gonna get weird before it gets right. And you just gotta not get rid of it and keep like if you think about the heated brush, using that.
So Dylan, what he's saying here is that your beard, as you see on this side, this front shot right here on the side of your beard, you see that separation away from your face, and it's making, and the backdrop doesn't help on this, but it's making it look transparent in here. All the mayor's saying is a little bit of heat to put that to your face to lower this level, right? You've got a good amount where it's sticking outside of your face. A heated brush is gonna take that and push it to your face, and what that's gonna do is compress all the hairs together, and it's gonna give it a more full look, a more thick look, and it's gonna do a really good job. And over here, the same kind of idea, you got hairs and they're doing their thing, and it looks great, by the way. This is not anything that I would be worried about. If you just decided to rock it, you're doing awesome, man. But we can start to change the direction of these hairs and start to get them going in the way that you would like. I think absolutely a heated brush would make a really, really big difference. Really big difference there. And it's gonna make it look fuller. It's gonna make it look just even more purposeful. Huge all around. And then, yeah, just keep growing. He's 23 years old, man. Your beard's just going to get better and better for at least 15 more years. So just keep growing. You got good genetics, and it'll just get better as you go through. Nice hairstyle. Love the little... it's not a comb over. I know it's got like such a terrible connotation.
It's not a pompadour either, but
it's
it kind of has that.
Yep.
You know, I'm just going to I'm in the zone of saying, I would like to... I think your beard would benefit with a little bit like a clipper trim, or like a kind of a little bit of a blend up, kind of like similar to what I have there. It just makes the, you know, if it makes the beard stand out, kind of like a fade into the sideburn. Would really dial in your look. If something to consider. If your hair's great, I mean, you got great hair, but you could still keep the stuff on the top, but kind of use like I do it too, but I don't do it. Somebody else does it, but I tell them to. But anyways, just to throw it out there, that area on the head hair can really make it have an impact of an overall look on the beard.
Agreed, big time, big time. And on this shot right here, it looks like it's there. And then over here, it's just a little bit longer. And this is probably what my hair looks like, almost identical right now. I need a haircut this weekend, and so it's not doing it. Yep. And by this weekend, my hair will be back. And it's about an every 2 to 3 weeks kind of trim, about to get that, if you want it just right. Now, I don't care the most, so that's why I've probably pushed it a little bit longer, and we were gone this weekend. But yeah, man, it looks good. Hopefully that helped you out. If you have any other questions or anything, make sure you hit us. And thank you guys for all the feedback in the chat there.
See that, astute? That's a good word. It makes it look astute, like.
Ooh.
Very, yeah.
That's a good word. I don't even know if I know that.
Paul Simon lyric. That's astute. Why don't we get together and call ourselves an institute?
Ooh.
He was good.
Ooh.
Too good. Linda Ronstadt got upset with him.
At this point, guys, does anybody have any questions about beards, about anything for the mayor, for myself? We still have more. I think we probably got 3 or 4 more entries that we're going to go over. But if you got a question about products, if you got a question about styling, we're not necessarily going to give like brand recommendations right now. Reach out to us for those. We prefer to do that through messages. But if you're like, hey, what about this? What do you think about a heavy balm and this, that?
Well, they're typing.
Yeah.
I want to ask you one. What's your process for watching my show? Do you do it here? Do you?
So.
Or do you? Is there no routine?
So.
Yet? Okay.
Every time you've had what, 7 episodes?
8.
8 episodes. 7 of them I've watched from that desk right there while I'm answering comments, while I'm getting my Monday show finalized. I set that time aside to be able to work. It's like, I like to do stuff right away. If I have something coming up, if it's on a Sunday or if my show's on a Monday, I like to get it done the Tuesday after the next show. Your show has forced me to be like, I have this chunk of time where I'm going to work. I have nothing else to do but watch. I gotta save work. It's actually been good for me to know that I have that on the distance. Sunday was the first time I did not watch from right there. We got back from Kalahari. It was an exhausting day. I just wanted to kind of decompress with Sam. So I put in an Beats by Dre AirPod, laid in bed. Sam put on her show. I was watching the chat.
Sam's show isn't my show?
Nope. She does not want to listen. She doesn't listen to me either. And so I had it on my phone, had the chat going. Obviously, I was involved in everything. So for the first time, I watched it in bed on Sunday. This Sunday, I'll probably back to the desk.
I love it. That's the detail I wanted, the story I wanted.
Yep.
Someday you'll end up being like that. And,
what about you for Command's Corner?
I've been down at my desk now. And again, doing Beard Advice Live. It was light. You had already done it this week. So what did I do? I listened, and I just did some, always work. I think I did learn how to do a loom last night. Like,
that's cool.
Yep.
Yep. All right. Do you ever need to refresh butter during the day? So I do not wear butter during the day. At different points through my journey, I have done a midday routine when I felt like I needed it, and it was usually with like a light whipped butter. I used to, for a midday routine, use like Husky's Beard Cream because it was a really light butter, but I've not done that in several years. So for me, no. What about you? Do you refresh with butter during the day?
No. Well, my only butter is after my bath, then oil, the beard, heat, butter is the last thing, just at bedtime. And I am all over my beard since the mask came off. It's like, I have a problem with it. Like, I'm doing this too much. I watched a little bit of my live on Sunday, and I'm just like, but I can't stop. And the butter, like, I was not keeping a routine with my butter when I was wearing a mask at work. But as soon as it came off, in fact, before, like as I was getting prepped and getting it back into the top notch, I had to have that butter back.
Interesting. Yeah. So I think I subconsciously noticed you doing that with the beard because I thought like every show you'd been getting more and more confident in an amazing way. But you seemed nervous on Sunday without being nervous. Like it wasn't like I was like, oh,
I was
man,
just enjoying this.
He's real nervous.
The way it feels.
But there was something to me that I was like, he's more nervous than he has been the last several weeks. I was gonna message you, but I don't want to like mess with your brain after and stuff. And I think it's that you kept touching your beard. And I think people associate that with nerves. Because they'll say it to me sometimes too. They'll be like, damn, why do you keep touching your beard? So interesting. So no, but you kind of now? When you're back, or no?
Oh, in class, like
no, with the butter.
Yeah,
to summarize.
Totally now.
Okay,
every day.
Yes. All right. So yes.
Long answer.
How do you choose rotation of oils, Brian? For us, we're not the best ones to ask. It's pretty much based on the content we're working on. So if I'm reviewing for a company, I have several companies that I rotate that are reviewing. The mayor has the Facebook group who's being featured, and now some of them are more frequent. Like our current feature is 15 days, and so then the next one comes after that. So our rotation is pretty much held down by our content. Now, I will say, Bear, Facebook group, give a quick plug here, and then why is there a reason to join for the next 2 weeks, exactly 14 days?
If for nothing else, Facebook group, Command's Corner, we are extremely proud. This is my first maybe contribution to what Dan does with this channel. Facebook group, it's called Command's Corner. There's a couple questions. We asked you to join in.
Link in the description.
We have several people that are signed off, whatever. They don't play with Facebook at all, but they joined back just to be part of this group. It is different. It is positive. It is our garden that if we have to pick a weed, we do, but it's growing. It continues to grow. I feel like, so we have a daily question and we have that feature group. So this month, join us, especially the first half of the month. Every day, we're giving away a free oil from Copper John's.
Every day for the next 2 weeks. We already had one winner today. 14 days. And yesterday, yep. 14 days, or 13 now, 13 days in a row, we're giving away Copper John's beard oil. So that's in the group. It is a group exclusive. I know some of you are against Facebook morally or whatever. I understand. That's fine. But it is a pretty special place, and it has nothing to do with Facebook. It's just a format that allows us to do what we want to do. So pretty cool.
Agree.
Can we talk about shampoo? My skin's getting pretty dry. Sure. Shampoo. I sometimes have beard product company shampoo, like Artiest Man has a great head hair shampoo. And then we have a brand that's called Tea Tree. That's the name of it. And it gives you that like tingle when you use it. That one's fantastic. That's what we do.
Artiest Man is not good. It is my wife like stole it. And her hairdresser said her hair is healthier than it's ever been for the shampoo and conditioner. I think they're like, that's fantastic, like a fantastic product. That's about it. Yeah, that's what I use. And then for a while I was actually using like whatever I had and even some beard wash and conditioner in my head hair. until like it was like my head was like whoop, like the product wouldn't even stay on it just right now. It was very slippery.
Yeah.
Because a conditioner for a beard is more conditioning than a conditioner for a head hair, probably.
Less.
Is it?
Less.
Okay,
Much less. Yep, that's the main difference.
I was using a lot of it. And I was like a conditioner everyday guy.
Yeah, the head hair is definitely a much hardier conditioner.
I wish you could switch the truth sometimes to make me seem smarter. But that's just not life.
But that's the show. Is the go-to for either of you a heated brush or a blow dryer? For me, both every single day. If you look up, specifically look up Dancy Bearded, heated brush, and blow dryer, you'll find the video like 6 months ago where I show both of them. I use a blow dryer first on everything, then I finish with a heated brush on my mustache and then on my sideburns. My sideburns look nothing like this after the blow dryer. Same with my mustache. So blow dryer first and then heated brush.
So I am a heated brush guy entirely. Never used a blow dryer. Almost every day. Not every day. And when I say almost every day, some days I'm just kind of keeping the front straight because that's the look I like. I use if you're ever interested, can I tell them about my the Aberlight? That was the one we recommend.
Bringing
that up.
Yeah.
All right. So we can actually save you money if you're ever interested on the Aberlight, anything on the Aberlight products. I've done some videos on the Aberlight Pro is our favorite, my favorite. And if you ever were interested, there's I don't know if is there a link. There's a link in the description, and Mayor 15 is going to save you 15%, which is I think the best deal out there right now.
Awesome. Do you apply oil and butter to wet or dry beard? Wet beard always. I do have several videos on that. You should apply beard products to a wet beard.
It just doesn't feel good to a dry beard.
There's no exception. There's no preference there. And I freely admit when there's things that are personal preference, do it your way, rock what you got, all that stuff. There's no preference here. It's scientific, it's anecdotal. Apply beard products to a damp beard. Damp, but not dripping. How do you recommend brushing your teeth without being a huge mess? I brush my teeth before I shower. That's my age. About you?
I'm not going to tell you.
Oh
no. Sometimes I will keep a glass of water and brush them in the tub. Okay, I'm just saying it. And
there we go.
There you go. Spit in the tub. then I wash.
Okay.
All in one. I might just live there if I could.
Yeah. No, I brush and then I get in the shower. I'm thinking about going to get an Aberlight Pro on Friday. Do you think it'll be helpful for my 4-month beard or just blow dryer? It will absolutely be helpful for your 4-month beard. No doubt about it.
The shorter the beard, the more likely it's going to be a heated brush that is going to be the tool for you.
Yep. Nice. All your clan. Nice, Austin. All fantastic ones there, man. Really cool. Is it okay to apply oil more than once a day? Yes, absolutely.
Just watch out for acne. There will be times when I was young in the game that I would feel like very dry and put it in, and then I would just get breakouts like on my jolly, and I was just overusing it.
And that usually is by applying too much at any given time rather than too often.
Too frequently? Okay.
Yeah, yep. So you're gonna clog the pores when you use too much. And for me, I actually did that today. I used too much oil in my hand. So what did I do? I rubbed it in and I put some on my elbows, I think. Usually I do like my sides or my elbows, and then it was just right. In the morning, I use oil, then a heated brush, then butter, and a heated brush again. Is this okay? Totally fine, Mike. That's one of those personal preference things. I prefer to do butter after the heated brush. I know the mayor's there too.
Yeah, that would be. But if it works for you, it works for you.
That one is 100% personal preference. There's no like scientific wrong reason or anything there. It's just whatever you prefer. I'm still mulling over possible beard trim. If you remember, Gerard had or Jared. Gosh, I always mess it up. Had the beard that had the changes with the shirt he wore and the coloring. Just gotta find a good time to commit time for it. I still want to mention regarding my stash. I haven't trimmed in 2 years, hasn't grown in a year terminal. So keep in mind, every single individual hair on your body has a different terminal length. Your mustache has a much shorter terminal length than your chin.
They don't even talk to each other?
No, they don't even collaborate.
Guys.
So the mustache is going to hit terminal much shorter than the rest of your beard. And for a lot of people, that is like the slowest, like when you see mustache issues or problems or whatever, it's because it just doesn't grow as fast. The rule of thumb is your chin strap is your fastest growing. It gets slower the more north you go and the more south you go. So your mustache, it sounds like that's pretty normal there. When I rinse out products in the morning without a shower, should it be cold or warm? Room temperature is going to be your best bet there, Ryan. You don't want to go too hot. You don't want to go too cold in that situation. Room temp. How do I avoid stains on my collared shirts? Don't use too much product. That's really only one cause of getting stains on your collars. It's using too much product or not allowing it to absorb in. So for example, if you put in beard oil, you want to give it at least 5 to 10 minutes before putting your shirt on. But if you go, hey, I'm putting this oil on, and then you throw your shirt, it didn't get a chance to do its job. But usually it's just using too much.
That's not a game I've ever played.
Yeah.
I don't have a long enough beard.
Yep. Can a necklace damage your underbeard?
I would think it's one of those grabby ones, but you would feel it, I would assume. That would be horrendous.
Yeah, I've never experienced, so I don't know, but I would assume so. All right. Who made you that? My buddy Steve made me one. He doesn't make them anymore, but my buddy Steve did. Mountain Dew Spark. Mary, have we tried that one?
We have. The pink one. It's all right?
It's sweet. Yeah, it's sweet. Okay. If I missed anything, guys, I apologize. Not trying to miss anything here at all. And love this. A lot of kind comments about the group. This group has saved my mental health. Wow. Mentally screenshot that one.
Sometimes it's nothing more than a shared experience, reality check that you're not alone out there, that there's guys kind of doing the same thing in the world. And and who doesn't need that, especially in the last few years?
Yep. Thank you, Joe, for the kind comments there as well. All right, let's see here on any of the other ones. And we'll get back to the advice in a second here, guys, as it goes through. And hopefully you guys are reading everybody's comments and everything. Like X-Ray says, I have an Aberlite Pro, and it's amazing. That is the one I have. Aberlite Pro, get your beard straight the first time. Very true, very true. One of my biggest helps was cold rinse in the shower. Absolutely, Mark. People discount the idea and the impact of a cold rinse. And I think it's genuinely because they don't like doing it. They convince themselves that it doesn't help. Why? Because it's not fun. It's not an enjoyable thing.
There was a time when I thought I invented that, and the combing in the shower. There's been a few times through the journey that I've hit you with ideas, and you're like, yeah, like
I send you the video.
The reason this is in your brain is
yep.
I think there was one today.
Beard oil, use wet or dry beard. Oh, yep, got that one. Damp. Hopefully you heard that one. Yep, damp beard to summarize there. And I've been using heat at night before bed. I do oil after wash and then heat, finish with butter. When I'm applying butter, technically my beard is dry. Totally fine, Noah. If you're doing it the right way, your beard was damp. You applied the oil. It locked in that moisture. That moisture's still in your hair, and your hair now has the benefit of that oil. And so one of the reasons you apply, two main reasons you apply products to a damp beard is, one, you want to lock in the moisture. Check, you already did that. Two, you want the product to be able to spread evenly and nicely. If you have oil on the hairs, it's going to do that anyway. So you do not need to re-wet your beard before butter. So in that situation, so great question. Hey, thank you, Mesa. Don't worry about getting my name wrong. That's my parents' fault, not yours. I'm old enough to rock and own it, though. Hey, I just feel bad. I have a really bad habit of doing something wrong, like a pronunciation, learning the correction, and then I second guess myself, and I don't know which one's right. Was it the one I said? Was it the correction? And then I almost avoid saying the name because I feel so bad about it. I do that with students. If it's something like Audrey or Aubrey, I'll do it wrong, I'll learn it, and then I'm like, wait, which one is it? I'm really bad with it. Like really bad.
But you don't realize it, but you flex, like they got, names, and then their real names. Like, to me, I feel like I need to step up my game, which I'm working on it. But that, I don't know if you recognize that flex a little bit. But for me, kind of doing this, like, their real names, like these people.
Like BB's, Brian, and so
familiarity, and that just takes time.
So my hubby just got some Beard Octane biotin. His hair grows pretty darn fast. Super cool, Sarah. Thank you for sharing. Why does my beard pull on my collar? Why does my beard pull on my collar?
Does your collar pull on your beard?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is it a pin collar? I'll need to know the type of collar. I wish there was a way I could learn.
Sunday nights, Beyond Beard at 9 p.m. on this channel. Should I reapply oil after using a beard brush, a lot of heated brush? I do not, but Kelly Roy, that's a personal preference situation.
If you're getting smoke, I would say add 5 minutes to however long you're waiting between applying the oil and using it, and then clean it. Dan's got a video on cleaning the beard, the brush as well.
Yeah. When I use a heated brush, my beard ends up looking like straw, like it doesn't have the volume. Brian, that can happen. It can also take some practice of going with a lower temp, going through your beard less times, not holding it on as long. Or it could just be there are guys that I know have thoroughly tried, and it just isn't for them. One of those is possible.
It could be over conditioning before you're doing it. You could be just too high of a heat as often, and just not on it, leaving it on your hair physically too long. Will, do all those things.
Yep. The other day I heard another beard guy say apply oil to a dry beard because oil and water don't mix. They are wrong. That is not a personal preference thing. The idea of water and oil not mixing is the exact reason why you apply it to a damp beard. Your hairs are porous. So your hairs they're made up of layers of stacking skin cells, dead skin cells that are stacking up at the follicles alive, everything else is dead, but it still can transfer nutrients and water. Same way with your nails. Somebody asked me about that the other day. They're like, if your hair's dead, why does it matter how much water you drink? Same reason with your nails. It's universally accepted if you're dehydrated or malnourished, what's gonna happen? You're gonna have dry, brittle nails, they're gonna start to change colors. How is that possible if your nails are dead? Your nails are the same thing, they're keratin, they're dead skin cells. Well, it's because they can still transfer water from the base. And so when you have those porous hairs, you wanna fill them with fresh water. Then the idea of water and oil having opposite charges, which is true. What happens is when the hair is filled with water and you put that opposite charge around it, it locks the water in. The water literally cannot go anywhere because it's an opposite charge. So you wanna make sure you're getting that in there to lock the water in. So yeah, no, you do not. And as the mayor said, if you don't believe me, apply it to a dry beard and just see how it feels. It's just not as good.
Yucky.
Yep. And I've had a lot of people that have applied products to a dry beard for years. I tell them to try it the other way, and they're like, holy cow, how did I not know about this? So I know that there's like surface level logic there, but it's just, it's flawed. Do you use a heated brush before oil and balm or after? I use it after oil, always oil first, and then balm after the heated brush. Oil, heat, solid products. Okay, we're gonna get back to the ones in a second here, guys, so if we miss anything, we're just getting a little short on time. Great question. We had a feeling that there were gonna be some good questions. We kind of get you guys. Is biotin just for faster hair growth? It is. There's no health, there's no strength to it. That's the other vitamins, the other nutrients. It's just going to make your hair grow faster, period. Not in a bad way or anything, but period. My bad on, oh yeah, that's too funny, I saw that. Dude, no, we figured,
I do that stuff all the time.
Yep.
I make up imaginary things.
It's true.
I live in a different world and I love it.
In situations, yep.
Yeah, I have my things.
I'd say that the beard and collar thing is because the beard isn't long enough to yeah, probably, Michael. It's at that point where it's not able to go over it. I like cascade, that's a good word there. Could type of fabric act, oh yeah, absolutely. There are some types of fabrics that definitely grab the beard as compared to others. Good observation. How many years does it take a person to grow a beard, which is according to genetics? I'll just give you a general answer. Most adult males grow a ½ inch of beard a month. Now, is that everybody? No. It's a very general one. That's a super individual question. What do you think about using coconut oil as a beard oil? I do not recommend in any way.
Just straight coconut oil?
Straight coconut oil has a very high comedogenic scale rating, which means it's highly likely to clog your pores. If you want to get real broken down, it has very heavy long chain fatty acids, which will clog your pores. But you can go with things like MCT oil or things like fractionated coconut oil that literally removes that aspect and it allows it to be able to absorb into the skin and actually becomes a light oil.
So somebody goes in and pulls out all the long fatty chains?
I think it's like an elf.
Some dude on a chain, I can't wait to retire.
Yeah. So, but no, there's no real benefit to just straight up coconut oil. With the cold water rinse, if you forget and it's 10, 20 minutes later after washing your face, no, reapplying no effective. Nope, so the only benefit of the cold rinse is if you've taken a warm to hot shower and then the last 30 seconds you finish with a cold rinse and the impact is going from the hot to cold and then leaving the shower and having that rush of your blood go into your skin. So if you don't do it at the end of your shower or bath, it is pretty much worthless at that point. Other than waking you up and it's good for your skin.
Bearded learner's question, something I'm not familiar with.
Where?
Probably it's on YouTube recent, so it's probably.
Oh, okay. I'm getting there. I'm getting there, Mayor.
You're like
go in order.
It's exactly why I struggle because I jump around.
Yep.
I get up and get down.
How often should you shave? Never. Do you have a video on what vitamins are good? I do, Robert. Just look up Dancy Bearded Vitamins, and there will be a really good video that covers pretty much everything. On the advice of the heated brush, is Wild Willie's straightener? It actually is. So I'm not a fan of Wild Willie's, but their straightener is pretty much the Vicacon Axe 2.0. Pretty sure they both bought it from Alibaba. It's cheap. It's solid. It's not the best, but it'll get the job done. It just might die on you in a decent amount of time. What do you think about electric comb? Never tried.
Oh, yeah, electric comb. Like, what is that?
Yeah.
Is that heated comb, like a plug-in comb? I don't know.
I don't know.
I'd love to see it, like a. I don't know. I'm going on another adventure in my head.
Does beard braiding damage your hairs?
Can.
Not if it's done right. If you do it loosely, it's not bad. All right, let me see if I get to your comment here. I don't see the...
That was it, the brush.
Okay.
Comb.
Oh, from John. Gotcha.
You just knew.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen one. Never seen one here. All right, final question, and then we are back to the advice. Watching some old George Bruno, and I liked a lot of it. Unfortunately, he seems to never use oil before heat. Is that something that's preference? No. Probably the utmost highly disagree. And keep in mind, guys, and I'm somebody that is genetically gifted. I'm not a freak of nature like some of these guys. There's some people that no matter what you do, their beard's gonna be fine. It's gonna look glorious, it's gonna be great. Some of the unhealthiest beards I personally know are by world champion beard competition guys. I know guys that literally clip their split ends before a beard competition. If you are getting split ends on that regular of a basis, you're doing something wrong. Some of them wash with a bar soap every single day. What does that do? It's gonna cause split ends. But they grow so fast, their beard's so thick that they just clip it and nobody cares. Most of us need to consider those things. George Bruno has one of the most gifted beards of all time when he had one. Highly disagree. Any female head hair person is gonna understand that as well. If you put heat directly to that hair without protecting it first, it's gonna damage it. That's why there's like heat shield products and all that stuff. So yeah, it is. SG, watch this channel, man. It's if you watch the channel, it's all full of ones for you guys. All right, let's pop back here, guys. If we didn't get to your questions, if we have a little bit of time at the end, we'll hop back to it, and you can reach out to either of us at any time as well. All right.
All right, this is Kevin R. Thank you for all that you do for the bearded community. Good open. My question is, I have a very thin hair. How do I give the appearance of a fuller beard? I've recently moved from a heated brush to a hairdryer paddle brush.
Oh yeah.
Which I feel has helped me some.
I do want to cover one of these. So if you guys did you see the ridiculous video I did with the heated blow dryer comb?
Mm-hmm. Betsy has one of those.
Yeah, they're obnoxious, but they have a place. There's a similar concept that is the paddle brush, like Beard Octanes?
Mm-hmm.
They have a heated brush version of that blows hair like a blow dryer through those. Yeah, it looks just like it with a different end to it.
What do we think of next?
Yeah, that is for sure. All right, so I want to cover one of those in the future.
You just get like a blow dryer implanted in your neck and you can just flip it on.
How do I get the appearance of a fuller beard? Boom. Okay. Hey, Kevin, great beard, man. This was not what I was envisioning and thinking about.
Isn't that a big piece of what the show is?
Yeah.
Is when you go a place in your head and then sometimes you're right.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's totally different.
So Kevin, your answer is super simple here. It's be very conscious of the colors you wear under your beard. When you look at the side profile of your beard, there is no issues with thickness to it. The only issue you have going on here is this Tampa Bay, and hey, Tom Brady fan, go blue, Michigan alum. This is the only issue you have right here is the shirt underneath it. If this shirt was all black, your beard would appear so much thicker. If I wore this shirt, my beard's gonna look very similar to yours. So for me, the only advice I would give, and even like Joel is saying, hey, doesn't look too thin to me, is change the color under the shirts. So under the shirts here. And maybe Amrit's right on this one too, and a couple other people. Maybe just ease off the heat just a little bit, just to add a little bit of texture, a little bit of kind of, texture would be the
volume,
right.
yep.
A little bit of volume, a little bit of texture in there could make a really nice difference. But the color underneath will be a world of difference. Truly.
Would you ever recommend someone, like with a heated brush, not do the whole hair?
Yeah.
And do the upper part, but not so much the lower part to let...
As long as they do the lower part with a blow dryer.
Oh, okay.
Or something. Yep. So I think Amrit's onto something right there. Maybe just on the heat a little bit too long, because the tool he's using is almost the best of both worlds with the heated paddle brush. You know what I mean? So, man, Kevin, thank you. Yeah, just worry about those shirts. My shirts are always very conscious, right? You take a look at this shirt here. It's striped, but guess what? It is two kind of darker blue colors. There's no transparency here. But if I wore this shirt, sure as heck, you're going to see right through my beard. So I can't do that. Can't do that. All right, let's go ahead, check our next one.
This is Dan M. I'm new to the Dancy Bearded channel and have taken the advice you've given regarding beard care. Recently just picked up a beard brand product you highlighted in one of your videos. It's working great. On behalf of the bearded men, we thank you.
Cool.
I've been growing this beard close to 2 years now. I cannot grow the hair on the side of my face. Looking to see if you have any suggestions as well as mustache advice.
Boom, another one where I'm like, oh my gosh, and it's like we set this up and we looked through, and I'm still like, oh Dan, wow. All right. So he says I can't grow hair on the side of my face. So he's talking up here. Dude, I hate to say it, but rock what you got, man. There's no issues here whatsoever. Hey, that's just the card you got right now.
And you look pretty young, so I would say that side will come a time. That's pretty, but you're killing it with your growth.
Yeah.
Chin strap, like you said earlier, area.
Yeah.
And even the mustache. Look at that.
Yeah. So I would say you got a couple of routes you can go here. My number one advice for you, at least right now, and I don't think I've ever given this advice: shave your sides and go for a world-class goatee. This is a world-class goatee, man.
Mic drop.
Yeah, straight up. You got this really nice line that goes out right there. Keep that line right there going across your face, and then maybe shave this little part right here for now, and let it go, man. Let it go. And I love the style. I love the shape of it. He asked for mustache advice. Yeah, this is another one. I know people are gonna know what I'm gonna say here, but I think you should go for a lazy walrus. After the stream, look up Dancy Bearded Lazy Walrus, or even just Lazy Walrus. It'll come up. Essentially, you're gonna get heat, and you're gonna move the mustache to the side of your face. I think that will complement it very, very, very well, and will look great. So yeah, that's the only thing I would do is do that. The other option, if you really want to get those sides, start doing some research on minoxidil. I don't recommend it to you, but if it's something that you got your heart set on, it could make a difference for you. But I say, hey, shave the sides. Let's go with a straight up amazing goatee. You with me?
Oh my
Same
gosh.
one?
Yeah. I want to see if you do go into that. I would love to see a follow up.
Yeah, and Amrit, we're on the same page tonight, my friend. I thought the same thing. I would love to see this goatee braided. I think that would seem really, really cool.
I think you're gonna need to start carrying an axe around if you do that, because I feel like that dude needs an axe.
Yeah. I too can't grow the sides. Listen to Dan rock a long goatee. Thank you, Gary. That's cool, man. Yeah, I love it. And some of my good friends, I know Aaron Johnston. I know a couple other guys that have those amazing, Scott Sikora, I've actually hung out with for a weekend. Amazing goatees. So for sure, man, for sure. Definitely. Here's Daniel right here. I'll definitely use the advice. Awesome. And somebody said a handlebar mustache all the way. That did cross my mind, and I think this is Glenn, if I'm looking at that picture correctly there. A little flex on the name, you know. But I think that's Glenn from the Facebook group.
And I actually felt it. I didn't see it.
And that crossed my mind. I do like to have a nice little cap on something like a goatee. I just don't know if it fits his style. I see him more as somebody said, like System of Downs. I see more of like a rocker style, and the handlebar mustache doesn't quite fit that style for me. Said yes. hey, you guys got to be impressed with that. That was pretty good. That was pretty good there. So, Dan, thanks for sending it in, man. That was really cool. Really cool.
This is Hammer.
New member.
After the live stream last night and all the great advice everyone gave me, I decided to go to a barber and see what he could do for me. The only thing I had him do was teach me how to get the wave out. That's awesome that you did that.
Do you remember this one?
Yeah, I've been inserting a lot of commentary, I'm sorry, into these, but...
No,
yeah.
that's what...
I know.
I love it.
I didn't get him to trim or cut anything. The one thing he did say was that I was dyeing my beard, the way that I was drying my beard after getting it out of the shower, drying it too much or too rough. Yes, too rough, that's the thing. I sent you a photo 2 hours after I left the barbershop. Thank y'all for the help. I appreciate everything. So no trim, but where'd the wave go?
Yeah, remember this one was like a real serious one. And we said there's something going on. I said I would bet my bank account that we could get that wave out of there. I said we can train those hairs.
And you waved goodbye.
You, Hammer, man, you crushed it.
It looks great.
Looks
and you can just
fantastic.
tell it's a strong look, strong beard.
It is. It's got that strong line to it. It's got that kind of God of War approach. Looks fantastic.
Tons of guys have been there with that one trouble spot that you just don't have that technique to get rid of it.
And it just gets in your brain and stays there, you know, it just
And I gotta give him credit for going to somebody and saying that and taking the time, and the person that helped you instead of just starting over. Or, you know.
And same here, Joe. Love the color, love the shape. And Hammer, the only other thing that I think I'd given that advice on was your cheek line. Let that go. Let that, and I'm sure you are, but let that catch up and have that nice little natural fade there. That's going to look really good. Really good. Awesome, man.
All right. Gary, I recently did a full shave.
Gary?
I had no idea. Did you?
Yes, I did.
And reset on 12/1/2021. Since then, my beard has grown in thicker. I know why that's happening. As a result, my beard is going every which way. I'm not sure how to shape style it, or should I let it grow? I kind of like the shorter look so far. I'm sending a few shots for reference. Pictures taken in 2/28.
Okay, so this is Gary. Not Gary, Indiana, but Gary. All right, hello, Gary. All right, and I do know Gary's beard from before. I do know Gary's beard currently. First thing that I'll start off with, Gary, we're going to help you out. The mayor's going to give you some advice here. I highly prefer your shorter beard. I like this length in particular on you and your face shape and your style. I really, really like where it's at. And this is G. Lou, exactly, Garrett. I like where it's at right now as compared to when you grew it out much longer. Love the color, love all this, and I love the advice the mayor's about to give.
Well, I'm going to tell you, the Dan's absolutely right. This is your look. We're almost there already, okay? We're going to, the next step is going to be focusing. It looks like you got like a little bit of a natural curl in your front, and it's going to be about bringing these guys just up a little bit, letting them go for a while, kind of maintaining here. It looks like you might touch up your neckline, but...
mask beard, by the way.
Oh, mask? Well, then that's what it is. It's tucked under from the mask, so it's pretty good length. But the length of that front and your ability to kind of hit that with a brush and straighten it out is going to draw that jut out. I'm taken aback by how much I like the short beard look for him. And you're right, it is coming in thicker. It just looks like your beard. I don't know how did we not see that before, but I think you sent in because you're kind of thinking the same thing, and you're right. You're absolutely right.
Now, and we don't usually do this, but sometimes different beard textures and types lend themselves to different companies. And Ken is spot on. Don't eat that yet. I got to kick it to you.
Oh.
And Ken says, maybe it's the oil he's using. Could you recommend something? Ken, I think you're spot on with that question. Do you have a company you would recommend?
You know, it's a newcomer.
Okay.
But I think there's this Alley Cat Beard Company. Great owner, super passionate guy. Really, and just I can see that your attention to detail on your beard is gonna really reflect with that high quality Alley Cat. Those products, the wash is excellent. The oil makes my beard feel like nothing ever has. So give it a shot, Gary.
Gary. So I think that would work as well there. And I got to address this comment here from the Thomas. How is it? The Thomas Prasado. Yes, please. I have heard, even recently, somebody messaged me about the wall of jerky at Buc-ee's. Do you know what Buc-ee's is?
Nope.
World famous. I believe they have the largest gas station in America. Actually, I know. It's either them or somebody just beat them, but they have these massive southern gas stations, and they have all their own branding, and Bucky is a beaver, and they have like Bucky onesies and Bucky everything. Everything's Bucky branded, and apparently they have a massive wall of jerky, Bucky's jerky. Yes, I would gladly accept highlight on the show. I've always wanted to try it, but we don't have one within probably hundreds and hundreds of miles of us up in Michigan.
Something I'll go by on the way home, south, maybe?
Yeah. So in a month or so, I'm definitely going to stop at a Buc-ee's, but it's
You're not. I mean, I'm going to be driving, so like I might have more of a chance to see what
I'm driving.
You are not?
Yeah, we drive.
Oh.
Yeah, we don't fly. We don't like flying. So no, we're driving with the family.
So do you hate caravan? I'm sorry, I hate caravanning with other cars, like trying to stay with them.
Oh, it's not yeah.
So I'll just wait until you guys pull out, and then I'll make my kids do that.
No, we don't caravan. Yeah, especially with our kids.
Just getting your own people in the one place is a kind of a mess.
Yeah. So absolutely. Okay, you are correct. Am I saying it wrong? All right. Buc-ee's? Did I say it wrong? Beakies?
Busey. I don't care.
Guys, am I saying it wrong? No. I always thought it was Bucky's, like it was the front teeth. All right, don't pronounce Bucky's wrong. The Texans will get you. All right, how do I say it?
Yeah, help us out.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
But it's not.
But that Buck.
Well, there's no K. It's Busey's. I think there's no K, so you can't get Buck.
But you can't split it up and say B-U-C sounds like Buse. That's not how
Look at me. You got me messing with my beard again. I'm getting anxious.
That's not how you do phonetics, guys. All right. Who cares? I'll send it.
What does it rhyme with, guys? Give us a word that it rhymes with, right?
See, all right. This is Buc-ee's. That's what I've been saying. You guys are terrible at help. Okay, you said it right, Dan C.
All right.
Just making sure. Whew. All right. Buc-ee's. Bucky's. Yeah. All right. I'll move. You got me. Yeah, you guys got me tripping over here. So man, yeah, I would absolutely love that. The only thing just to be aware of is I do have celiac disease, so it does need to have no wheat. aka usually things are labeled gluten-free. I know it sounds kind of like a pansy to say that, but it's true. I would end up in the hospital. So I cannot have any wheat or gluten.
It's typically like the teriyakis, guys, and then anything that's like a really soft. Well, a lot of times you get in the habit of looking for it. I can help you out too.
Yep. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Yes. That's Gary. Last one there, man.
Gary, reach out anytime. I don't know what your heated brush status is, but we'll talk because I think that's coming. You're gonna have to get your technique down, and I'm almost ready for my updated what I'm gonna stand by as my routine, my trim routine, because I haven't had. I know we talked about doing an update to that, but I have. I wanted to get it right, and I have a couple things. It's about what you do in what order. So, anyways, coming soon.
I didn't hear anything you just said.
That's apologize. Fine. That's okay.
All right. I was in the zone. This comment threw me off.
Okay.
He said the candy wall is pretty off the chain, too. I'm a candy-aholic. Candy-aholic, so that's a big one. Hey, thank you, Vinny G. Appreciate it, man. All right. It is going to be about time to wrap this show up here. Mayor, what are your final thoughts? Anything you want to tell them about? Anything you want to bring up?
What a great show. Join me, Beyond Bearded, 9 o'clock on Sundays. Please, if you ever know anybody that was new to beards, throw this idea out to have them watch this show. Be in touch with Dan's channel. Let's save some beards, okay? Because a lot of guys just don't want to talk about it, don't want to get the advice. The reason that there are more beards is because of YouTube, where guys can go in and kind of privately get information. So, this is a natural next step. I think we can help some people out. Thanks for being here tonight.
Absolutely. And I will say, March 30th, 5 p.m. Eastern, Disney Springs meetup. The mayor, myself, my family. Is your family coming?
Yep.
Family's coming. Other content creators, other company owners. I'm almost positive. I know Bahawat's going to be there, the owners. I know Joe from Beard Octane, and hopefully his family will be there as well. We usually have Andrew from Mythical Beards will be down there. We have all sorts of ones that I'm not thinking of and missing right now, and other content creators will be down there. So March 30th, Daniel Disney Beardsman's going to be there. Hopefully Brian and Ryan will make the trip down, Brian B. And I would love to see Eric with an A down there. That would be really cool. So if you guys are planning on being there. As we leave, make sure to drop a comment. Just let us know that you're going to come down. And let's save some beers. That's a good one, Corey. And if you don't mind, hit some thumbs up on the way out. We would love to have 200 likes before we go to bed tonight. That would mean a lot. So, Walt's gonna be there from Alley Cat. Very cool, very cool. So, X-Ray Freak's gonna be there. Sweet. No, so I will never do a review on Beard Struggle because they're the most disgraceful company I've ever personally myself interacted with. The Beard Club, full transparency, did reach out to me for a review, gave them the details, they agreed, then they sent me a 20-page PDF document on what I can and cannot say, so I politely declined. So yeah, I'm not gonna do that. They're a very large company and have a particular way of going about it, and it was going to try and limit what I was gonna say, so I turned them down. But who knows, maybe one day, just for the heck of it, I'll buy it, review it, and go from there. But no plans to right now. Okay. For sure, share a day, you can save a beer. Awesome. All right, guys, that's all I got here. Have a great week. We are on the second half of our the longest week. It's even longer than the fall, too, because we've already seen these parents. We've already talked to them. Yeah. So it's our longest week of the year. But we got you guys. We got content. New review on Friday. New helpful video on Sunday. And don't forget about our Facebook group, guys. Commands Corner. Link in the description. Other than that, we're out of here. Stay bearded. Stay positive. Love you guys.